Public safety officials confirmed the shooter was found dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound around 7:45 p.m. last night. He was found in the back of a box trailer of a recycling center where he used to work. It was just across from a business previously cleared twice by the police. Now, authorities also found a note in the shooter's home, and they say that that note had the tone and tenor of a suicide note. The threat to the community has passed. But I think it is very important that we are shifting our focus now to the victims of what is now the deadliest mass shooting in America this year. All 18 of the victims have been identified. 7 died at a bowling alley hosting a group of children. 8 died at a bar and grill holding a cornhole tournament for members of the deaf community, and 3 later died at hospitals. Trisha Aslin was bowling with her sister when the gunman opened fire. Her sister said Trisha was killed while trying to get to her phone to dial 911. Josh Seal was killed while playing cornhole at the bar and grill. He was an American Sign Language interpreter and leaves behind a wife and 4 kids. Peyton Brewer Ross was also killed at the bar and grill. He was a new father, and his brother said that he loved playing cornhole with his friends, and he was killed doing just that. I want to bring in Peyton's brother now, Ralph. Ralph, I'm so sorry. I got very emotional reading that because, I mean, just having fun at a cornhole tournament, every single person was just out having a good time with their friends, with family. This is just such a terrible tragedy. We have heard a lot about the shooter, and we will not be saying his name here today. I want to talk about your brother. What do you want us to know about him?
Yeah, he was a character. You know, I don't think he ever found and saw or interacted with anybody he didn't, get along with. He was a great guy. I don't think he had an enemy in the world. You see Elle there, his 2-year-old daughter. He loved being a dad. He loved going out with his buds and tossing some bags around. And that's exactly what he was doing. He was at a Wednesday night cornhole tournament, right? You should feel safe enough to go to a bowling alley, a bar, a school, anywhere, and not have to worry about, somebody coming in with a weapon and causing havoc, not just to the people in there, but for all the families that are affected. You have the 18 people that we lost, the wounded, and even, think about all the people that were there that are going to have to take these scars, on through life. It's senseless. It really is.
It is harrowing. Ralph, whenever, and unfortunately, this is a uniquely American problem. I feel like I have had the unfortunate opportunity to speak to so many families over just the last couple of months. And when something like this happens, I always think of the family members who are left behind to pick up the pieces. And we put up pictures of Elle, Peyton's daughter. She just celebrated her 2nd birthday just a couple of weeks ago. How is the family doing? And what do you hope that Elle remembers about her father? She's so young.
That's what we hope, is that she remembers him, and we're going to take that into the future of making sure she knows just how much her dad loved her. She's a daddy's girl, all right? He doted on her. He loved her so much, and would do, anything. He was that kind of guy that just, was focused and, in it for his family, his daughter, his brothers, his sisters, and anybody. That's the kind of guy, that he was. And we want her to know that, and we will, make sure that she knows just how special her dad was.
How's the family doing, Ralph? What has the conversation been?
It's been tough. You know, it's these 3 days, each day has felt like a month long. You know, very little sleep. You know, for me, I'm in Maryland. So, you know, I'll be heading up to Maine here soon. But not being able to just go and just, you know, hug and be with my family, it's so difficult, you know, and knowing that I just can't pick up the phone now and call my brother. You know, the last time I saw him was this summer when we had a family gathering at our camp in Augusta. You know, I talk to him, I speak to him, you know, weekly. You know, we were just talking about, you know, our beloved Patriots. You know, it's sad. And I just want, you know, everyone to know, you know, that we're trying to, you know, get through this. There's no script for this. And it's going to take time for, you know, everybody, but we appreciate, you know, all of the love and support. We appreciate you, Simone, and the rest of the journalists that are, you know, looking to get the word out and help us, you know, tell the story of these people that we've lost.
There are so many people that are praying and thinking of your family, Ralph, and the families of the 17 other folks who lost their lives that harrowing day, and just the whole community. I am so sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that we are having to have this conversation, but we are going to keep telling the stories of the beautiful people whose lives were stolen. Thank you so much.